why does it seem like our hip hop is appreciated elsewhere? I think Lonzo and I almost talked about that one time because he got some trophies elsewhere. But what about y'all think about? We talk about that about why is hip hop appreciated beyond? Where did you get that last trophy from, Lonzo? Ooh.
Senegal.
Yeah.
Senegal. The Senegalese music organization gave it to me.
All right. So how did you find Senegal?
Man, I interviewed with them. They actually came out to LA to interview me. They heard about me on the internet. They did research, found me on the internet, hit me up with an email, came by the studio, and we sat down and interviewed for like 2 hours. And once I started talking and telling him all I'd done, and I started showing him my book and some other stuff, he told me about this organization in Senegal that had an annual award show, and they wanted to. He said he would submit my name for honoring, and he did. And I was selected, and I was supposed to go to Africa last year, December 4th, but COVID reared its nasty ass head and kept me from going to Africa and seeing my folks over there. And but he brought me. He came back. He came to town. I think it was in April. That been February, and brought the my trophy over to the house. Man, beautiful trophy. And we remain friends since then. I still talk to him.
Yeah, I said that because I've had people say, "Hey, Bernadette, we know who Dr. Dre is," and they will be from the UK, like Olu. They may not be the same color as us, but they'll say, "Hey, you don't have to explain to us which Dr. Dre you're talking about. We know who Dr. Dre is. We know." And I'm like, okay. And here I have to explain which is which. That's a pattern. And it's interesting.
Well, yeah, you have to explain to the youngsters. You have to explain to the youngsters. And I experienced that yesterday. Yesterday, I was speaking at a high school, and I realized there was a high school of sophomore class. These kids are like 14, 15 years old. Okay. And I'm talking about Straight Outta Compton, which came out in 2015. They were 10 years old. Okay. They were 10 years old. And speaking to different groups, especially youngsters, I have to change my reference names to make it more relevant. And I was talking about, Dr. Dre and myself, Eazy E. They know of him. They don't know who I'm talking about. They have no idea. So you have to try to realign yourself, and you have to, do things to make yourself relevant on a regular basis. And that's just one of the tricks it is about staying relevant. Just like Dusty didn't know who Medgar Evers was. Okay. He's 41 years old. He should have known about that. By the time Dusty went to school, Medgar Evers' contribution to civil rights had been kind of buried. And it's the same thing with me. I refuse to be buried. I did too much to be buried, but everybody don't have the same attitude. So you have to blow your own horn. If not, somebody stick a sock in it and throw your ass in the ground.
Okay. Because I learned about breakdancing, more so history in, I think, China or Japan. I learned about who started pop locking and breakdancing over there. I'm like, and then they fly them out over there.
They know more about us than we do.
Exactly.
Really?
They know more about hip hop. They know more about hip hop in Japan than I've had people buy plane tickets, rent hotels from Germany and England just to come talk to me personally. They knew every record I made, every bootleg record I made, every record I made that I didn't really release or promote. They knew all of them. Okay, they had when certain people get into a certain thing, they go deep and they pride themselves on the depth of their information when it comes to certain things. I mean, people actually, I said, man, who are you here to see? I'm here to see you. Who else? I came for nobody but you. Nobody. Wow. Okay. I did my research and I realize what you've done from the dances to the clubs to the underground mixes to owning your own distribution company to owning your own. And he told me everything I did and asked me about records I forgot I'd made. No shit.
See, and Dr. Dre had somebody come looking for the old radio station they had at Delphi. He was like, "I'm here. Where's the radio station?" He was out of something that starts with a P or something. He was on campus looking for the radio station, and Dre. And I was like, "Okay, Dre." I was like, "Dre, he said he's here on campus."
People overseas.
So why do you think it's like that?
That's what I'm asking.
I don't know, man. Because well, my reasoning is that in other countries they don't see us; they see us bigger. It's like the Beatles were big in London. When they came to the United States, they blew up. Okay, they blew up because we'd never seen that before. And what we do over here is commonplace. Everybody with a laptop and a microphone is rapping about something. It may be a little different right now, but I know the one time I went to England, we got treated like we was the Beatles or the Rolling Stones, man. It was almost frightening. The one time I went to England, we played Wembley Stadium. Okay. 1985. I was in England.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, 1985. We played the Fresh Fest in England. It was me, it was Wrecking Crew, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5, Africa Bambaataa, Sir Mix-a-Lot, and somebody else. And Africa Bambaataa, they just mobbed him. Okay, Wrecking Crew and Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5, we were mobbed as well. It was real security issues. Okay, it was real security issues. I had never felt that good in all my life. I had never felt that good in all my life. Damn. It was really, dude.
Wow.
Explanation. Don't know it. I guess they figure this is the only chance I'm ever going to see you. I may never see you again. Whereas people here in LA, they see you in the mall, they see you in the swap meet, they see you at the store. They don't give a damn, Lonzo. Okay. But over there, hey, that's the Godfather of West Coast hip hop. I got to get a picture, got to get an autograph now. I don't know when I'm gonna see him again. If he leave my site right now, I may never see him again. It's like being a unicorn or some shit.
It's funny when you say that because the response that I get from some people on Clubhouse is my interest in hip hop. It comes across as an obsession, when really I've always grown up around that music. That was always, you know, pushed by the television, the radio, advertising. That was just always around me. So to me, it was normal just to gravitate to hip hop. But some people in America, it comes across as an obsession, and I always try to explain to them that that's not the case. But you know,
hey, it is what it is, Doc. And this is amazing, man. That you know, your hometown. I tell the story sometime. We were in Texas, down in Texas one time, and we were going. We always went to all the malls back in the day to see what they had different. Walking through the mall with our Wrecking Crew jackets on, and we had a show the next day. And we walked through the mall, minding our own business, and we saw about 5 or 10 people following behind us. Didn't pay them no attention. Then we saw about 20 or 30, 40 or 50. Next thing I know, we had about 75 to 100 people, but followed us through the mall. And it got a little hairy. We took off running, okay? Security saw us running, had to step between us and the crowd and lock us in a small unopened store, and had to bring the van around before we could get in the van and get away. And that was the first time in LA we'd ever been a security problem. That same trip, we did the show, had a great response. That same trip, when I got back to LA, I couldn't get a ride home from the airport. I had to catch a cab. Everybody I knew was too busy to come pick my on a Sunday.
Why was
that? Was too busy. I wouldn't come pick me up. But I was, this is years ago. I'm just saying, you go out of state or out of even when I do book signings. When I do a book signing right now, If I go outside of LA County, oh my God, they love us. We're going to Arizona. I'm going to Arizona next week, next Thursday. In fact, I might do the show from Arizona next Thursday. But yeah, we do the show. I do the show. We going to Arizona next Thursday, and we already got situations in place that we never would get here in the city.
See that right there,
and that's real talk.
Because, like I said, I'm learning like with the numbers that we had with Olu. The rooms that y'all had were the best numbers that he had, I believe, right, Olu? Y'all had the best numbers, and people saw the titles, was like, oh, I had to come in here. And it's something different on Clubhouse. Clubhouse is not doing that. And when y'all all came through, I'm looking at people. I'm like, wow, so and so came through, and they just creeped in. And I've been trying very hard to, get some numbers, but they came through on Clubhouse. I think the title and I think the obsession is with the samples, because not everybody listens to music with samples. Like, what's that sample like you do? I think that's part of it. What do you think, Lonzo? Since he knows samples. The samples lock in, bring in a sense of familiarity. I'm looking to my man, one of my guys in the chat room right now, Gary's Garage. I was listening to N.W.A. Juicy Fruit. A youngster said that was Biggie's song. Okay, and that they don't know. See what I'm saying? They heard it the first time. And that's why that's in my mind. That's why I feel hip hop was so successful in the early stages, because they sampled songs that were already hits. It was already hit the first time in the 70s or in the 60s. It was a hit then. So why wouldn't it be a hit again? All they did was reintroduce it to another group. They fattened up the beats, took the best part, looped it a few times, threw some raps on top of it, gave you something that was already a hit record. Okay? So if you like hamburger and you put hamburger on a wheat bun as opposed to a white bun, you still gonna like hamburger. Okay? People do it to potato chips all the time. They got chicken wings, perfect example. If you like chicken wings, you probably gonna like barbecue, honey barbecue, garlic parmesan, lemon pepper. If you like chicken wings, okay, same thing. Now you might not. They put the same flavoring on some pig feet. You ain't gonna fuck with it. We gotta go. You ain't never seen honey barbecue pig feet. What did you do to sample?
Okay.
I think the reason why people on Clubhouse gravitate towards the samples is because, like you said, when you mentioned, for example, when you mentioned Juicy to somebody, they thought it was an original Biggie song, but they didn't know about Juicy Fruit. And that's the case with a lot of people that come on Clubhouse. They are blown out their minds when they find out, oh, this song that I've always revered, oh, I didn't know it came from that song. So most people don't know about to what extent sampling is prevalent in music.